Yeah, so agenda for today class. So as I said yesterday, so we'll discuss about whatever Suprita shared couple of interview questions. And also if time permits, I will start cloud as well. Okay. So first we can discuss about interview questions. First one, what are all the latest vulnerabilities in the market? So you know already this one. So latest vulnerabilities, as I said, in the vulnerability report already I given couple of vulnerabilities. So even from past 6 months or past 1 year, if you are considering. So last year, July month time period, we have supply chain attack. That is related to SolarWinds zero-day attack. And also in the December 9th, 2021, we have Log4j vulnerability. And also in March 2022, we have remote code execution from Microsoft Windows servers. And also in April or May month time period, we have FI management interface exposure. Then even in August month, once again, Microsoft Windows related remote code execution attack. Yeah, so these are all the couple of vulnerabilities are there in the news. Other than this one, even we have Poolkit attack. Poolkit is one of the library or a package in Linux operating systems. It's an outdated one. Because of this one, so as per the Linux environment, so they given score, I think a 9.8 out of 10. So CVSS score, common vulnerability scoring system. That package also we have to update. So these are all the couple of vulnerabilities are there in the news. If you want additionally, we can say outdated Python, outdated Oracle, outdated Java, so outdated kernel, okay, end of life of Red Hat Linux 7.9. Okay, so these are all the vulnerabilities are there in the news. Okay, I'm repeating once again this question. So SolarWinds supply chain attack in 2021 July, 2021 December 9th Log4j vulnerability, and 2022 January Poolkit attack for Linux containers as well as Dockers. And next one is March month. We have remote code execution for Windows servers. And May month, we have FI. Okay, so FI expose. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Give me only 1 minute. Apologies, guys. Yeah. So I was saying that, so in May month, once again, Microsoft Windows Server related, FI console execution part. So these are the couple of vulnerabilities are there in the news. In case if you don't know these type of questions, you can say like, so outdated versions of the Oracle, outdated version of the Python, outdated version of the kernel, outdated version of the libraries or packages. That's fine. Okay, next one. Why do you use playbook and what you write in it? Playbook, it contains the algorithm as well as step-by-step process of L1 and L2 and L3 instant investigation. So each and every team, whatever they will do, so whenever any incident will receive, that is called playbook. So it is like algorithm they will create along with that algorithm. So whenever any instant alert will receive, so what L1 team has to do, what L2 team has to do, and what L3 team has to do. So that is called playbook. This playbook also called as runbook, also called as standard operating procedure document, SOP. So sometimes they will ask in the interview, do you know how to create a playbook? Do you know how to write a runbook? Do you know how to create SOPs? What the answer you will provide? What the answer you will provide? Do you know how to create a playbook or how to create a runbook or how to create SOP?
Yes, we know.
Yes. That's what you have to see. Yes, I know how to create a playbook or runbook or SOP. In playbook or runbook or SOP document, we can provide so step-by-step process of each and every instant investigation, what L1 team will do or what L2 team will do and what L3 team will do. So that is called playbook. Okay. What you can write meaning here, instant investigation process. So starting with the classification of the incident till the closure of the incident as per instant lifecycle management process. Okay, so even in the 82 pages document, whatever I shared, cyber and network attacks document, so logarithm related playbooks are there. Please go and visit that particular document. Okay. Next one is, I want to say one more thing here. Whenever you are joining in a company or whenever you are onboarding in a company, don't copy SOPs or playbooks or run books to either pen drive or maybe don't send it to your personal email ID. Okay, understood, right? So whatever SOPs you have in your organization, wherever you are onboarding, don't send it to your personal email ID, those documents, and also don't copy those documents. Because of this, one person is copied this one, he terminated from Capgemini. Understood, right? So these documents are very confidential to the organization level. Okay. Even one person day before yesterday from Capgemini itself, he opened youtube.com. So immediately his manager called him and asked, why did you open youtube.com? So whatever if you want to do, you can do in your personal laptop, not professional laptop. Every organization will not accept, especially service-based and consulting companies, it will not accept it. Broad-based is different case. Okay. So that is the second one. Why do you use RCA? What is the main agenda of it? So RCA, it's a root cause analysis document. So why we will use the RCA? If something is got compromised, we have to identify where, when, how, and why it is got compromised. This RCA document will be helpful for future purpose as a knowledge base or reference document. So if you are creating RCA document, in future, mean time to detection, mean time to identification, mean time to recovery, it will reduce the time. Obviously, for reducing the times, resource can be utilized the time to do more instant investigations. Okay. So root cause analysis, why we will use for reference document or like a knowledge based document. In future, these type of attacks will come. How we can take the proactive steps to mitigate that particular issue.
Sir,
So
if they ask
maybe
the difference, like what is the difference between RCA and the playbook?
playbook is a process oriented one. So that may be applicable to false positive and true positive. But on the other hand, so RCA documents dedicatedly applicable to true positive. Something is got compromised. And so issue, whenever any issue will come, how to fix that particular issue or problem otherwise. So in the ITL process, we discussed a problem statement and solution statement. Problem statement is something got compromised. Solution statement is RCA, root cause analysis document. Is it clear? So SOP, playbook, run book, it's a common for false positive as well as true positive. But on the other hand, RCA document is dedicatedly applicable to something got compromised. And how we fix that particular issue. Analysis basically.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Good question. Next one. In your entire, which is most critical in your entire career, which is the most critical attack have you worked on? That's what I said, right? So out of 7 things, so as per my knowledge and as per my experience, as per my advice, you can explain either server got compromised, ransomware is got compromised, malware investigation, or phishing email investigation with malicious URL link as well as malicious malware attachment, or maybe even brute force attack also. Okay, so you have to explain in my entire career. So I have worked one of the critical incident. That critical incident name is ransomware attack. Then you have to explain about ransomware attack. If you want to explain about malware, so in my entire career, I worked on one of the critical incident name is malware investigation. So it is a past, you have to explain the past tense only, not in future. Okay, so that is fourth one. How ransom will enter into the organization level? You know already the answer. Drive-by downloads, phishing email attachments through pen drives. So these are the possible options how the ransomware will enter into the organization. Through server message block also you have to say. Through server message block using port number 445. Okay, that is fifth one. Next one, tell me about P1 and P2 instance on which you have worked on till closure. Meaning here, any escalated incident. Almost fourth one as well as sixth one, both are similar. So P1 and P2, it's like a criticality or severity otherwise. Severity like a critical and high incidents. P1 is a critical, P2 is like a high. So whenever these type of incidents are coming, in that situation, so how did you handle those situations? So maybe fourth one, you are explaining about the phishing email investigation. Sixth one, you have to explain some other two. That is nothing but malware or maybe ransomware. Fourth one, what you were saying, don't repeat once again, sixth one. It's complete, that is your smartness. Fourth one example, if I'm explaining about malware, sixth one, I should not repeat once again malware. I have to say maybe brute force, I have to say maybe so ransomware, or maybe I have to say DOS or DDoS and so on. So priority 1 ticket or P1 ticket in my organization, I worked example ransomware attack. Priority 2, I worked as a so DOS and DDoS attack. Then you had to explain about that instant investigation steps. Okay, so that is sixth one. What is DNS? Why DNS monitoring is important and what they signify? So yesterday already we discussed. So DNS is a domain name system or domain name server. It will convert domain name into IP address, or maybe it will convert IP address into domain name using DNS records. Okay, so DNS monitoring is important. Why? Because so if any attacker or intruder or hacker is trying to do DNS tunneling or DNS spoofing or DNS amplification or DNS poisoning type of attacks, and he will compromise the DNS server, entire organization will get compromised. Because whenever any end user, they are trying to access any domain or application or website, he will redirect you to malicious websites. Finally, entire system or servers or organization will get compromised. That's why DNS monitoring is very, very important. So meaning here, whatever DNS related attacks are there, those attacks is expecting from the interview point of view, whether you are aware of the DNS attacks or not. So that is seventh one. Next one, what is the difference between traceroute and traceat, and why it would be used? Traceroute and traceat both are same only. Traceroute, in short, we'll call it traceat. Maybe something, Suprita, is it right or is it wrong?
Yeah, same question, sir.
No, so do they, sorry, yes, please.
They sent this one only, sir.
Okay, but traceroute, it will provide the tracing of this something. Example, if you want to trace whenever any routing between the source and destination, in that scenario, we will use the traceroute. Traceat is a command. Traceroute normally we will abbreviate. Okay, so entire form. So what is it will provide the traceroute? Traceroute will provide the information or default gateway between or routing between source to the destination. So traceat is a command line interface. We'll use the command to identify the what are the hops are there or gateways are there in between source and destination. Okay, traceroute in short, traceat we'll call it as. And also whenever we are entering in command line interface, we'll use a trace RT, not trace route. Trace route, it is not a
It is generic
proper
term,
command.
sir. Traceroute is.
Yes, it's a generic term. That's correct.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe they want to confuse you. So that's why they
Yes.
asked about this one. Yeah. So next one, what is the main man in the middle attack? And what could we do prevent man in the middle attack? So attacker will come in between the user and the applications, or user and the server, or user and the, okay, so database and so on, in between peer to peer otherwise. So finally, he will gain unauthorized access or sensitive data exposure. Example, OWASP top 10 attacks, broken authentication, broken access control, SQL injection attack, cross-site scripting attack, CSRF attack, all these are so man in the middle attack. Even VPN authentication failure also, spoofing category as well. Okay, so how we can prevent this one? So based on scenario to scenario, if it is OWASP top 10 category of the attacks, so then we have to go and we have to implement web application firewall, input validation, parameters queries, content security policy, anti-CSRF token, all those. Okay. So basically we have to identify the sender payload as well as sender IP address is spoofing someone on behalf of the end user. That we have to verify. Okay, deep packet inspection we discussed. It's a part of next generation firewall. Okay, that is also part of man in the middle attack only. Okay, so next one, what is the filtered port, closed port, and open port? So open port will provide the communication between the user as well as the application or server or services or software is installed. Closed ports, it's a closed, we cannot access anything in case if are in closed port. Filtered port for block listing of the traffic or whitelisting of the traffic will use a filtered port. So these are the three different types of ports. Okay. So always closed ports are better. Yesterday already we have seen. Next one. What is phishing and how it can be prevented? So you know already. So attacker will trick the end user by sending an email, by providing the lottery emails, or maybe malicious URL links, or maybe malicious malware attachments, or maybe spelling mistakes, or maybe gift card or voucher card. Okay, so these are all the ways how we can identify and how we can prevent it. So if you are implementing the email security solutions or email gateways, and also if you are implementing sender policy framework, DMARC, DKIM, written path, all the configuration in the SMTP server, we can prevent the phishing emails. Okay, so phishing email is one of the hot topic for every interview. Almost all the interviews they will ask phishing email. Okay. Next one, mention what are personal traits you can consider protect the data. So here protecting the data. So obviously we have to provide the security awareness. Example, social engineering attacks, it's one of the personal trait. And also even shoulder surfing, okay, phishing emails, all these. So all these different types of attacks, we have to educate the end user. So even as I said yesterday also, security awareness training we have to give even at the time of onboarding the employee. It's a part of induction training. We have to specify directly specifical to one of the induction training related to cybersecurity or information security, how to protect the data. Additionally, we have to test sometimes wantedly by sending a testing emails. So that is the way how we can protect the data related to personal traits. Even personal people are as well. So we can educate. So now cybersecurity, even most of the people. So most of the attackers, they are hacking personal mobiles, especially, and they are taking the data as well as they are taking the money. Okay. So that is on the 12th one. 13th, what is data leakage and what are the factors that can cause data leakage? So data leakage is nothing but leaking of the sensitive data as well as the confidential data from the outside of the world. Sorry, outside of the organization. Sorry, guys, outside of the organization. So what are the factors that can cause data leakage? So obviously one is through removal devices, one of the data leakage, through emails, one of the data leakage, through social networking websites or websites otherwise, that is one of the data leakage, through cloud. So these are the couple of ways or factors can cause the data leakage. Okay. So that is 13th one. Next one is what is stenography? Stenography, it is nothing but it will convert. Okay, so it is like one type of encryption, I can say. It's a part of cryptography. Okay, so it will convert our encrypted plain text data into encrypted data. Okay, that is a part of stenography. Okay, it is a cryptography control basically. It will is a cryptography algorithm as well as along with the converting of the plain text data into different types of data like encryption data or decryption data or encoded data or decoded data or data compression or maybe what else, other factors, symmetric and asymmetric. So these are the couple of ways we can use this stenography. Okay, so using ciphers basically. Next one is what is spear phishing, smashing and smashing, right? Not smashing. Smashing and wishing. So phishing, you know, it's through email, and smashing through message, and wishing by calling. And the attacker will gain the unauthorized access or data leakage. That is 15th one. So what is encoding, encryption, hashing? So that always I will confuse how to pronounce this one. Obfuscation, I'm not sure. Sorry, guys. Yeah, encoding. So you know already binding something of the data. So additional layer. Example like an onion is there, right? So it's like a layer approach, right? Same as it is. So whatever data we are sending, we have to put one of the additional binding. It's like a simple, if I want to say in our day-to-day language, one of the gift is coming via gift packing. Okay, whenever any delivery it will come one of the delivery package, right? Same as it, that is called encoding. So whenever any data if you are sending, so that one, it will bind it and it will add additional control like a pipe. So example, water is like a data, and on top of this one, pipe will act as like a, sorry. So pipe will act as a completely encoding option. If you are decoding that, we can see the data whatever we are sending. So it's like a binding of the additional layer that is called encoding. So you know already encryption. So encryption, it is nothing but, so the plain text data is be converted into encrypted data using some of the algorithm as well as some of the password or key. So that is encryption. What is Hashing, anyone?
Digital representation of the content of the files.
Only that one? Is there any other definition?
It is one way, sir.
Okay, that's correct. So yeah, digital representation of the file, that is also one of the answer. Additionally, even we can say like adding the hash value, so or converting plain text data into, so using the hash values. And also in front of the hash value, we have to add the salt value. So that is also we can say combination of both characters as well as the numbers. Okay, it is not like a plain text. Next one, hey guys, how we can pronounce that one? OBFUSEATI1, anyone?
F is silent, you told, sir, on that day.
Okay.
Obfuscation, you told, sir.
What is that?
Obfuscation.
Obfuscation. Okay, that's fine. Obfuscation. So this one, what is meaning here? So we should not use any third-party security tool. Example, consider you are building one of the application, or maybe you are building one of the product. Inbuilt whatever features security is providing by product or security is providing application. So that is called obfuscation. So if I want to say one more way, example, take Amazon Web Services. In Amazon Web Services, if you want to deploy one of the application, so whatever inbuilt feature is supporting by Amazon Web Services. Okay, so those features if you are implementing, that is called obfuscation only. But you are using like a third-party tools like a CrowdStrike, or maybe Sophos CDR, or maybe FortiGate Firewall, or Palo Alto Firewall, or maybe IBM QRadar, Splunk. All these are third-party, not inbuilt tools. So inbuilt tools are inbuilt security method basically. So example, I'm developing one of the Java-based application. Whatever Java is providing inbuilt security controls or layers, if I'm using, that is called obfuscation. Otherwise, if I want to say in another way, example, one of the Linux server, what are Linux server inbuilt security features they are providing? Example, SC Linux is disabled or SC Linux is enabled, logging and monitoring. So all these are partitions. All these are inbuilt security features provided directly Red Hat Linux or Linux itself. If you are using those type of security controls other than whatever third-party tools we are using, so that is called obfuscation. If I want to give one more example, maybe take SQL database or PostgreSQL database or Cosmos DB or Cassandra or Apache. So these are the couple of databases. So these database vendors, what are inbuilt features they are providing, so that is called obfuscation. Example, consider PostgreSQL database. They are providing the authentication related, authorization related, minimum password length is 8 characters, maximum password length is 25 characters. And also every 30 days, 90 days once we have to rotate the passwords, and logging and monitoring, and also implementing the self-signed certificates. Because I worked on a PostgreSQL database. So even SQL, everything. So all these called inbuilt. So whatever inbuilt self-protection we are using, that is called obfuscation. We no need to depending on the third party. Okay, so these are all the 4 parameters. Data anonymization is different. Data anonymization, anyone? Data anonymization. Data anonymization meaning here masking something. So example, you are a security person, obviously you will monitor everything. Even one of the user is trying to log in server or a database or application or maybe Windows system or Linux system and so on. All those username and passwords, it will come and it will come to logs as well, right? Those logs, in case if it is coming as a plain text data, so all the security team, security operations center team or security analysts, they can see the respective username and passwords. So if you are doing anonymization, then we can mask the respective passwords. That's why whenever you are entering the password, it will come like a star, 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 star. Even in the logs also, we should not see this any sensitive data. That is also not the interior question. Okay. That is called data anonymization. One second, guys. Okay, sorry, guys. So next one is, what is the difference between SSL and TLS? You know already, SSL full form is a secure socket layer, and the TLS full form is a transport layer security. These two protocols will come under application layer, and port number is 443. So coming back to the difference between SSL and TLS. So SSL is outdated version. So SSL versions are 1.0, SSL 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. TLS is 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, and latest one is a TLS 1.3. So SSL one is outdated version. It is a weak ciphers, and example couple of attacks will come if the attacker is trying to do attacks using weak ciphers. Example, Podal attack or OpenSSL attack or birthday attack. So these are the couple of attacks related to SSL. But on the other hand, if you are using TLS 1.2 and 1.3, there are no attacks will come because we will use the strongest encryption with the large bit size. Example 1024, 2048, 4096. Okay, 512 as well. That is the main difference. So we have to use a TLS 1.2 and 1.3. That is the latest version. What is farming? Suprita, what is this one? 18th.
Yeah, sir, same question, sir. Farming only, sir.
Farming.
I too confused, sir. Farming over how it will come in technical.
I think it's maybe, I'm not sure, but anyway, I will check and let you know tomorrow. I think it's a malware category as per my knowledge.
Okay,
So
sir.
attacker will use some of the malware and he can take the money or data, or he will steal the credentials or
Sir, it
sensitive
has
data
been like
exposure.
this, sir. The attacker steals the data using malware background processes.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. So that is what. So it's a malware category of the attack, and he will use either phishing emails or driver downloads, or maybe through remote devices. And finally, he can gain the sensitive data, or maybe confidential data, or maybe even money. So that is farming. Okay. So next one, what is firewall and its types? Firewall will monitor, it's a network security device. It will monitor inbound traffic as well as outbound traffic. And based on the actions it is defined, either it will allow or block the traffic. And the different types of firewalls, there are two types of firewalls. Anyone? What are the two types of firewalls?
Perimeter firewall,
and
Internal firewall.
external firewall.
Yes, that's right. Perimeter firewall as well as internal firewall. Perimeter firewall, also called internet facing firewall. This firewall we can deploy behind ISP router, and internal firewall we can deploy in between access switch and core switch. Okay, so that is firewall. What is SQL injection and how it can be prevented? You know already, attacker will inject either SQL queries because specifically they're asking SQL only. Attacker will inject untrusted SQL queries wherever input is required. Example, username and password, summary, feedback, like, share, all these buttons. And so later he will check, is there any vulnerabilities are existing? If the vulnerabilities are existing or weaknesses are existing, those vulnerabilities will be exploited by the hacker or intruder. Finally, he will gain the unauthorized access or sensitive data exposure. So that is SQL injection. So how we can prevent this one? So obviously input validation is very, very important one. Second one is a parameterized queries. Third one is web application firewall. Okay, it is one of the most testable in Terry question. This one as well as cross-site scripting attack. Okay. Next one is rainbow table. So yesterday we discussed parse the hash attack, almost similar to rainbow table attack only. So attacker will maintain a table. It contains the list of the hash values of the passwords regularly, whatever we are using, like a dictionaries. So attacker will use those hash values and he will spray all those hash values using trial and error method. Finally, he can compromise the system or server or a database or application. That is called rainbow table attack. If you want to mitigate rainbow table attack, we have to use multi-factor authentication, account lockout policies, complex passwords. Yeah, so these are the couple of things we have to implement. Okay, what we mean by sandboxing? So sandboxing is a testing environment. So parallelly we can run to test the malware in the organization level. That sandboxing environment may be either on-premise or maybe even virtual environment. So here, especially we can do the static analysis of the malware and also dynamic analysis of the malware. So it can be identified whether that file is infected by malware or not. Okay, so that is called sandboxing. Okay, so that is about all the interview questions. So regularly these questions only they will ask most of the cases. Yesterday only whatever pattern is shared little bit different. Most of the cases they asked about headless system, Windows versus Linux. From Windows, how we can log into the Linux. From Linux or MacBook, how you can log into the Active Directory. Okay, so those are a couple of questions they asked. Okay, that is different role, I think so. So next one, Suprita, I think today also you shared something, right? Suprita,
Yeah, sir.
did you share any other, I
Yeah,
mean,
sir.
questions
Today one
today?
file I sent, sir.
1 second. So just only half an hour back, 1 hour back. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Okay, thank you. 1 second. Okay. What is the forensic investigation process given with examples and how will you mitigate? So you can explain about incident lifecycle management process. Take one of the example. Take either malware or phishing email, DOS or DDoS or ransomware, whatever you like. Okay, it is a step-by-step process or phase-by-phase approach of the incident investigation is called as a forensic investigation. So there are 6 phases are there in the forensic investigation process or incident investigation process as per ITAL. One is a preparation, second one is identification, thirdly, containment, eradication, recovery, and lessons learned. Example, so one of the system is got compromised by malware. So in the preparation phase, SIM tool will generate the alert notification. In the identification phase, so I will go and I will identify what type of incident I received. In this scenario, it is a malware category of the attack. After identifying the malware category of the attack, in the containment phase, based on the business impact analysis, based on the risk assessment, I can go and I can see whether containment should be required or not. In case content should be required, whether it is a long term or short term, and also whether we can complete within the SLA whatever incident we received. I will analyze all those in the network isolation process as a part of containment phase. In the eradication mitigation phase, so whatever malware is got compromised, I will take care of the deleting of the malware infected files, running the antivirus scans, and blocking the hash value in the EDR tool. So I'll bring it back to the normal operation in the recovery phase. Finally, in the lessons learned phase, I will create a root cause analysis document, and I will document everything for future reference as a knowledge based document. And finally, I will submit to the customer or client. So this is total end-to-end process of the forensic investigation with example of the malware investigation. Okay, that's what you have to explain. Take any scenario, not only malware, anything is fine. Have you ever worked in the Active Directory? I did not work on the Active Directory. So, but I have knowledge what is Active Directory. So, and whenever any Active Directory related attacks will come, I used to take care of the Active Directory prevention as well. So coming back Active Directory, what are I have knowledge. So it is a directory of the users, servers, computers, so systems, desktop and workstations. So in the Active Directory, once again, we will create Active Directory groups. So Active Directory group, it is nothing but grouping of the similar type of employees or team members. That is called Active Directory group. Example, so any new person is joining. So that new employee, it's a part of which team he belongs to. Example, he belongs to HR team. Then we will go and we'll create a new username in the HR team, and we'll put in the HR group name what a new employee joined. Okay, so that is what you have to explain. Coming back in the Active Directory, so I know a little bit additional experience I have. So if you want to see any Active Directory related attacks, example brute force attack, password spray attack, or maybe dictionary attack, so we will install one of the collector agent in the Active Directory server. So using collector agent, we'll integrate the logs to SIM tool. So whenever any internal user or maybe external hacker, they are trying to do these dictionary, brute force as well password spray type of attacks. So these logs will go to the SIM tool, and based on the correlation rules configured in the SIM tool, so Active Directory related incident investigations I will do. Understood, right? Whatever in the class I taught to you, so everything explained, that's all. But you have to correlate. You have to map everything. I did not say I don't know. I said, okay, I know little bit knowledge on the Active Directory, but I explained so much. That is sufficient. Okay. Next one. It's everything managing, spontaneous, correlating one topic with another topic. Okay. But in case if I have asked same question to you, what you will say? No, I don't know. But Active Directory is a directory service, and so it can create or it can directory of the users or systems or servers or applications and databases. That's all you will say. You will stop it. How you will convince the, I mean, how interview will convince whatever answer you said. Okay. Next one. How do you identify the virus and how will you mitigate? So virus logs, EDR logs will integrate to SIM tool. Next generation firewall logs will integrate to SIM tool. Whenever any malware category of the attacks or virus category of the attacks will come, these EDR logs is going to SIM tool. And in SIM tool, we created one of the virus related correlation rule. And when the logs are going and hitting this correlation rule from EDR or next generation firewall or maybe email gateway related to phishing email malware attachments, so alert will be generated in the SIM dashboard or maybe through email notification related to virus. Whenever these type of virus alert notification is coming in the SIM tool, so as per incident lifecycle management process, I will go and I will check whether it is a false positive and true positive. If it is a false positive, whatever incident I received, I can attach those evidences. I can close the incident. If it's a true positive, as per the incident lifecycle management process, I will take care of the containment process, eradication, mitigation, recovery, and lessons learned. That's what you have to explain. Indirectly, what they are trying to ask here. So what is virus? In case virus is got compromised or maybe not compromised, you have to explain two ways. One is option one is virus is not compromised. It's like a false positive, and virus is got compromised by end user system or server. So that is like a true positive. It is indirectly, it is like a scenario. Third one is like a scenario. Instead of malware, they mentioned virus. That is the only difference. Okay. So have you ever worked on Linux? Yes, I do have basic knowledge on Linux. Example, so whenever if you want to integrate the Linux logs to the SIM tool, so we will install the collector agent in the Linux server. So whatever vendor is provided the agent, we'll install in the Linux server, we'll specify the source IP, destination IP along with port number. So in case logs are not reflecting the SIM tool, I will take the TCP dump and I will go and I will analyze the where is the issue? So whether it is a application layer issue, or whether it is a network layer issue, or internet layer issue, or whether it is a transport layer issue, or maybe network interface layer issue. Additionally, even I know where the logs will store in the Linux server. Example, /var /log /httpd /var /log star /var /log sshd. So these are the different places logs will be stored. Those logs we are integrating to SIM tool. Okay, that is what I know about Linux. Even whenever if you want to do the vulnerability management related to Linux server, so I will specify the hardening benchmark as well. And I will run the scans related to Linux server. I will identify the vulnerabilities, whatever it is identified in the Linux environment. Okay, so that is our fourth one. When you received the ransomware, what is your first step? Explain to me in a practical way, not a theoretical way. Okay, so meaning here something, one of the instant is received as a ransomware attack, you have to explain about the something got compromised as well as a false positive and true positive scenario wise. Already we discussed this scenario. I think fourth one or fifth one, same as it is. Okay, so please go and study that fifth one or fourth one. Have you ever worked in a MITRE attack? If yes, explain what you have worked. Have you ever worked on MITRE attack? Yes, I worked on MITRE attack. So example, one of the brute force attack is reached to the our organization level in SIM tool. So MITRE attack, it will provide the knowledge base of the adversaries, tactics, techniques, and also procedures, how the attacker will compromise the system. And also it will be used by the red team, blue team, threat hunting team, reverse engineering team, malware analysis team, and so on. Coming back, one of the attack I worked on, example, brute force attack. In this scenario, attacker will use either port scanning mechanism or maybe phishing email mechanism. He will choose the selection of the target as a tactic. And finally, he will use a trial and error method to guess the passwords. So here I'm explaining about tactic. One of the tactic is example, port scanning mechanism or phishing email mechanism. Initial access, recon. We have one initial access, collection, recon is there, right? In the 14 tactics. So I'm taking one of the tactic. One of the tactic is example recon, selection of the target. How we can choose the selection of the target? Obviously, we'll use the port scanning mechanism, or we will use the phishing email. In such we can enter into the organization level. So that's what I said. You have to think logically. You have to correlate theoretical part, whatever we discussed, with the practical attacks. It's not about tool. Did you see, okay, any interviewer is asking tool in IBM Curator, what will be there? In Splunk, what will be there? In Exabeam, what will be there? So we discussed more than 200 interview questions till today. Did you see anywhere any tool-based interview question?
No, no, sir.
Yeah. So everything like a logical as well as a theoretical and conceptual. So that's why whatever notes I given, you should be thorough on that one, but you should not by heart. You have to understand the concepts. But you will think like whenever someone will ask in the interview point of view, sir did not teach practical, sir did not teach practical. First, did you understand whatever I taught? Okay, so that is, everybody will ask tool. What is there in the graphical user interface? If you know the Gmail, can't you go and so will you send an email using Yahoo Mail or Outlook? Okay, so that is, yeah, cracking the interview is a little bit difficult, but after going to job is, yeah, it is, you will feel a little bit easy only. Maybe first 1 or 2 months you'll feel a little bit difficult. But what is the main problem I understand or I understood from these candidates? Whatever class notes I'm giving, they will not correlate, they will not map whatever work they are doing. If you don't correlate or if you don't map whatever work you are doing, then how you can get the concepts? So example I will give, one of the VPN authentication failure will come. So one process will be there. They will follow the process and they will close the instance. But they will not relate whatever topics theoretically I provided and also concepts I provided. That is the problem here. So every topic we discussed in the class daily you will use, but you will not understand where I'm using, where you are using. Okay. So if you are correlating that one and if you are mapping that one, so 100% any interview you will go, you will succeed. Okay. So next one. What is the latest ransomware attack in a market? As far as my knowledge, I think Kasaya ransomware attack in 2021 July, but later so many attacks came. So Roadridge, one of the December 2021. And also in March month, I think Klimber or some of the ransomware attack came. So recent one, I'm not sure. Unfortunately, please go and check the newspaper or maybe in Google. Okay. So that's why I said regularly you can visit the couple of blogs or websites. Okay, dark reading. Okay, I read all those, but unfortunately I didn't remember that names. Okay, in my organization, weekly once we'll get the threat intelligence. What's happening all over the worldwide. Okay, so what are the new attacks are coming? New issues are coming across the universe. So what is got compromised? Which customer is got compromised? Everybody will come. Every organization, not only my organization. Every organization, they will receive these type of news. Okay, so that's why you have to regularly read. I'm not following that one. I'm going and I'm studying. One of the website I will visit regularly, dark reading, as well as USSET. These two websites I'll follow regularly. Okay. Next one, have you ever worked on proxy logon? Yes, I worked on the proxy logon. So proxy logon means security audits. So here proxy logon security related failure as well as success. Okay. So even proxy related websites are malicious, proxy denied activity, proxy allowed activity. That is also we can explain. Okay. Under the cyber kill chain process, in which phase attacker will enter mostly? Anyone? Under the cyber kill chain process, in which phase attacker will enter mostly?
Delivery stage.
Sorry,
Recon.
Delivery stage.
recon phase. Wrong. Recon is wrong.
Delivery.
Delivery phase. Yeah, delivery phase, he will send an email or maybe he will enter into the organizational transport or delivery. That's correct. Okay. So, but you have defense in depth control, it will block it automatically like antivirus or EDR agents or any malware scanning tools or maybe next generation firewalls and so on. But delivery third phase, it is like a transport or sorry, in the cyber kill chain process, in the third phase, transport or delivery attacker will enter into the organization level. That is the answer. Okay. So, Suprita, these many are in so many, some other questions are there.
No, sir. No. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. I think, is there any other people shared any interview questions to me? So far we discussed with what are Ajam shared, Patan shared, Suprita, Madhav, Ramarao. So I think 6 to 7 members shared.
Sir, I have shared 3 questions with you, sir. The snapshots.
Give me 1 second. I will check it. Gafur, right? Gafur, I'm not sure what did they save your name.
Shall I say once again?
Yes, please.
1 minute.
Sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, what if they ask why are you changing the company?
Yeah, why are you changing the company? I already discussed this one with you. One is career growth. Second one is what are personal commitments I have. That money is not sufficient. I have a lot of commitments are there. If you are entering, if you are bringing any personal note in the interview point of, they will not enter into your personal life. Okay, but most of the people, they will say very smart answer. So I want career growth. I'm looking for the challenging position. Whether really that is the answer you are giving, honest answer. Why everybody will change the company? Maybe out of 100 people, 99 people will change only for the money. For only one person, maybe it doesn't like the work, or maybe with a conflict with the manager and so on. Am I correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Maybe you will not agree. Okay, that's fine.
Sir,
So
I
for
have
place
recent-
change also we may give
Yeah,
the
place
same
change
answer.
also. That's right. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Play changes also. Yeah, for girls it is lucky because my husband is working so and so place. BitTorrento. So are you able to see my screen?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, so what is this one, Gafur?
They have asked what is the defect or what is the attack that is happening there.
Attack happening.
Yeah.
Okay, email software, BitTorrento software. 192.168.11.157. But where is the payload? Only here it is showing IP address only. Private use network. So I think what is my knowledge at whatever you shared, 192.160, one of the LAN network is there. That LAN network belongs to maybe user or maybe server LAN also. So from this one, we cannot predict whether it is end user or maybe server. So 192.168.0.0/16. So it's a private network they mentioned, but they did not say whether it is a LAN related to end user or maybe LAN related to server. So as per network architecture diagram, we define two different types of LANs. One is server LAN, one is user LAN. Okay, consider maybe user LAN. So 192.168.11.157, this is the end user. Is trying to access BitTorrento. Understood, right? So BitTorrent is one of the website. There we can go and we can download the movies,
Yes, sir.
related videos or audios.
Okay.
So Emule is a software. Okay, it's one of the, I think one of the programming language, Emule. Okay. So far that's what I observed. Okay. You shared one more sheet, right? Only one
No.
or
Two more, sir. Two more.
okay. So from this one, okay, ICMP. Okay, this is Wireshark results. Is it Wireshark or not?
Wireshark. Wireshark.
Yeah.
Okay, what can you conclude from that snapshot he has asked?
So it is a ping flood attack.
Right.
ICMP type equal to 8 or ICMP type 0. What is type 0? ICMP type 8 and type 0. One is destination is type 0 and type 8, type 1 and type 2 we discussed, I think, ICMP.
Yes, sir.
So one is echo ping request is unreachable or request is reachable. Reply is request no response. Okay, so that means you should be aware of the ICMP. First of all, ping command. Ping command will use ICMP protocol. So type 0 is belongs to, I think, destination is not reachable. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Type 0 is destination is reachable or not? Yeah, that's what I said, right? So type 0 is destination is unreachable. Okay, so here when the user is trying to access the BitTorrento, in that scenario, so destination is unreachable. Okay, so but keep on it trying to access the BitTorrento website.
And what
Okay.
type of attack
So
we can
far
say?
we concluded that one. Is it fine or not?
Okay, sir.
Did everybody get the answer so far, whatever we discussed? So in the first one, whenever they will share, they will ask these type of questions. Example, here couple of things, applications, all these are called applications or services or softwares are running on a machine. Okay, and here you can see name. So name is showing as a, okay, so private network. So private series you should aware of. So 10 series 192.168, 172.16. Okay, so from this one, based on whatever basic knowledge you have so far in the networking. So here one of the user that is called 192.168.11.157. Those user is trying to access the BitTorrent application. Okay, so maybe downloaded or maybe accessed, we are not sure. Let's go and see in the next slide. So what they have done, so they have taken the packet capture from the firewall. So then they came to Wireshark tool and they imported the packet capture file and they typed type 0 equal to 8 or type equal to 0. There is no need to remember type 0 to type 255. How many are there? Total ICMP messages. How many messages we have?
255. Sir.
255. Type 0 to type 255. So type 0 is a destination unreachable. Even type 8 also destination is unreachable. So you no need to remember why. You can see here. So no response is coming. Reply request is a no response. Meaning here 192.168.11.157. The user is trying to access the BitTorrent. Response is showing as a destination is unreachable. Okay, let's go and see now. Next page. So here TCP flags synchronization. So under TCP flags acknowledge equal to 0. So synchronization flag is enabled. Acknowledgement flag is disabled. How did I say enabled and disabled? Anyone?
Based on the values, sir.
Equal to 1 means success. Enabled.
Yes.
Equal
Yes.
to 0 means not enabled.
Yes, right. So equal to is enabled. So equal to is 0 is disabled. Okay. So that flags. So acknowledgement flag as well as synchronization flag. Meaning here in between the user and also to the destination, whether TCP three-way handshake is completed or not.
It's not.
Whether it's completed or not.
Not completed.
Whether it's a completed or not.
No, sir. Just request went, sir.
Exactly. So from 192.168.11.157 to the BitTorrent request is enabled, but destination is unreachable. Maybe one of the tool is blocked this activity automatically. So maybe firewall example. So keep on ping request it is sending, but ping is blocking our firewall, what on next generation firewalls, whatever we are using. So this is the overall analysis you have to provide. Understood or not?
Okay, sir.
So meaning here, whatever network security firewalls they are using, like a IDS or IPS or maybe proxy or maybe firewall. Most of the cases is a firewall related activity only. So when the user is trying to access BitTorrent, so our firewall is blocked it automatically in between user to the respective BitTorrent. That connection is not established. TCP three-way handshake is not completed. Nothing but BitTorrent is blocked in their organization. Packet is dropped.
Okay, sir.
Understood?
Okay, sir.
So this is the overall analysis. A couple of interest, they'll expect this one. If are L3. And which company is this one? Sorry to ask. Did you attend?
No, sir. One of my friend has attended it.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, did you get the right? What is the overall analysis?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So this is the way how we have to analyze.
Care pharmaceuticals, something is there, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So meaning here, there is no attack is got compromised basically when the user is trying to access one of the website, whatever blocked website in the organization level. So firewall is blocked that activity automatically. So that is the final conclusion. Okay. So this is the way how we have to analyze. So one is Wireshark, second one is firewall. Yeah, and even one of the snippet they have taken. Okay. Is there any doubt in this one?
No, sir. No doubt.
Yeah. So any other people shared any other interview questions, guys? Okay. So coming back to the cloud. So cloud, why we have to move to the cloud? First of all, cloud is like a virtual space. This one will be provided by the respective vendors. So those vendors are cloud services providers like example Amazon and also Microsoft, Google, Oracle, IBM, and also Alibaba. So these are the couple of very famous vendors. What they are trying to do now and why we are moving to cloud. Cloud is a very cheapest solution, inexpensive solution cost wise. That is one of the advantage. Don't think cloud means all it's like a sky. It's a wrong opinion. It's a virtual space will be provided by cloud service provider. There we have to store our data as well as applications and servers and so on. All this infrastructure investment will be taken care by the big companies like a Google or maybe Oracle or maybe Microsoft. Even if you have the if you have the money, yes, you can create your own cloud. You can install one of the big data center and big servers. On top of this one, you can create some of the virtual space. That virtual space you can give to customers. But some trustworthy should be there. Then only they will take your space. Okay, that is called cloud. So that's why Amazon and also Azure, Microsoft, Google, everywhere they are deploying big data centers. World biggest data center is deploying Microsoft in India. Do you know this one or not? I
Yes,
think
sir.
in Mumbai. It is there in the news 2 months back. And also Amazon is going to deploy one more data center once again in India. Okay. So they are putting these data centers all over the worldwide and they are providing the virtual space and they are giving that space to the respective customers. All the investment will be taken care of the cloud service providers. What are space we are using for storing of the data and the deploying of the applications and the deploying of the servers. So we have to pay some money to respect to cloud service providers and we have to use their cloud to us. So what are the advantages related to cloud? One is inexpensive solution. There is no need to maintain the data center. There is no need to maintain the ACs, air conditioners. There is no need to maintain any physical room. Okay. There is no need to maintain the what is that? Wind or air. So all these. So these are all basics only, but additionally, high availability is very important. Elasticity. Elasticity is one of the biggest advantage in the cloud. So elasticity meaning here. So as I said, in the data center level, example, you purchased on the physical hardware module. So that is example, FortiGate 2400E. So FortiGate firewall 2400E you purchased. Maybe forget about firewall. Maybe your laptop you purchased. So how long you can use the laptop? Do you think it's entire your lifelong?
Hardly
Will it
2
the
years.
same laptop?
No, sir.
No, maybe couple of days. Couple of days or couple of not days, couple of years, maybe 10 years or maybe 20 years you can consider. After 20 years, once again, you have to invest once again, physical hardware device side. But every time investing so much in the hardware device side and also shredding of the data. Shredding meaning here, so whatever data we are storing, that one we have to remove it from the respective physical hardware devices. So most of the cases, forget about personal life. So in the corporate IT or software worldwide, so if you are purchasing HP 720 or IBM 760 or maybe any other servers, it is one cost. Example, HP 720 servers you are purchasing, it will cost $1 million. So, but always our applications as well as employees and clients are not constant. Horizontal growth will be there, vertical growth will be there. Maybe we can consider example assumption, maybe we can take for 10 years that server will be sufficient. But after 10 years, once again, will you go and will you purchase new server? It is too much expensive solution. But if you are going to the cloud, elasticity meaning here, So automatically we can increase, automatically we can decrease. That is called elasticity. Automatically we can increase this space, automatically we can decrease this space. That is called elasticity. One of the very big advantage is the elasticity. Pay as you go. How much you will pay, according to that only they will charge. Okay. So nowadays everything is a SaaS based application. So there is no need to deploy any server. There is no need to deploy any internet and so on. So we will deploy one of the tool that one can be used by every customer. Example, ServiceNow. Example, Sophos EDR. Example, CrowdStrike. All these are SaaS based applications. They are providing service to us. For that one, we have to pay some money. So what are the advantages using cloud? As I said, one is there is no physical data center is required. There is no hardware is required. It's a very inexpensive solution. Nothing but is not that much cost. And also fifth one is elasticity. Sixth one is high availability. So these are the couple of advantages are there in the cloud. That's why everyone is moving to the cloud deployments. There is no need to maintain any physical location. Do you know what? Couple of startup companies, they are maintaining everything in the Amazon or maybe Azure only. Only they are registering one of the company and so on so location, and they are getting the projects. But their entire infrastructure is there in the cloud itself. Okay, virtual machines, virtual database, virtual servers, virtual applications, and everything. Okay, so that is about the cloud advantages. Coming back, so there are three different types of cloud environments we have. One is called public cloud. Second one is a hybrid cloud. Third one is a private cloud. Public cloud meaning here, so it is less expensive. Okay, it is cheap otherwise as compared to hybrid, as compared to private. So public cloud is completely inexpensive, cheapest otherwise. So you are sharing your space with other customers, multi-tenant. Multi-tenant, where did we discuss multi-tenant? IBM QRadar. So when we discussed about multi-tenant, that time itself I told it's a cloud terminology. Multi-tenant meaning here, so Amazon or Google or Microsoft, they will give some of the space to the multiple customers. But every customers, they have to take care of the controls, like a defense in depth security controls they have to implement. Otherwise, one customer data can be seen by other customer. So proper security controls, ACL, access control list, security groups we have to implement, and also defense in depth controls. So public cloud meaning here, so that can be shared by with other customers. Hybrid is nothing but combination of both private as well as the public. Private meaning a dedicated to your own. Example, Visa company is there. MasterCards, Visa, all these. They have their own private cloud is there. But that is a little bit expensive solution. Okay, so these are the three different types of clouds. Coming back here, so there are three different types of services every cloud service provider supporting. So as I said, cloud service providers are Amazon, number one, Azure, number two, so Google, number three, Oracle, number four, IBM, Alibaba, and so on. So these are the biggest cloud service providers all over the worldwide. Okay. So what are the different types of services they are providing? IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. IaaS means infrastructure as a service. PaaS means platform as a service. SaaS means software as a service. Are you able to see my screen? Are you able to see my screen?
No, sir. No.
One second. Sorry, guys. So just I'm going to Google and I'm typing IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. So now you can go and you can see images. Just I went to Google and you can click on either of the one. These are all the two things are coming. Just you can click on either this one or this one. So just I'm clicking on this one. You can see now on-site, IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. On-site meaning here a data center or maybe physical location. Okay. So data center or on-site or physical location. Nothing but your company is there in the physical location, example, Bangalore or Hyderabad. Everything you will maintain. So networking, storage, servers, virtualization, operating system, middleware, runtime, data, applications. Because it's your company, right? Your company, one of the room you configured as a data center. In the data center, all those you deployed. So server, storage, backup, applications, data, everything you deployed, operating systems and so on. This is called on-site. You manage, you can see here two differences. You manage and service provider manage. You manage meaning here you are a customer. What you will take care. And service provider meaning here Amazon, Google, Oracle, Alibaba. Okay, so IBM, HP and so on. Microsoft as well. So it's a physical location, everything we will manage. But so in case you want to work as IaaS, in that scenario, virtualization, server, storage, networking will be managed by Google or Amazon or Microsoft or Alibaba or Oracle or maybe, okay, so other companies like IBM. So red one is a completely cloud service provider. So whatever blue color, not blue or green maybe. So blue color is represents our custom, our applications or servers and so on. We will use infrastructure to the cloud service provider. On top of the infrastructure, so I will run my OS. I will use a hardening benchmark. So I will use a Kubernetes platform. I will use a Docker. I will use a container. I will use virtual machines and so on. Middleware, runtime, data, applications I can host on top of these servers. That is called IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Most of the organizations nowadays, they are using IaaS only. Why? Because I cannot trust cloud service provider. I cannot trust Amazon. I cannot trust Microsoft. Why? They are providing OS. I can install my own OS. That may be Microsoft or maybe Red Hat Linux. I can build my own image related to server. Most of the people, they will go to IaaS. PaaS, platform as a service. So here we have data and applications only we will manage, nothing but we can deploy. So nothing but database servers as well as applications we can deploy. Remaining everything can be, including OS, virtual machines, everything will be provided by respective cloud service providers. That is the platform as service. PaaS is not that much useful one. Most of the people are not using, most of the customers are not using. SaaS, software as a service. Everything can be managed by respective vendor itself. But we can use that service. Example, ServiceNow company is a SaaS-based company. Everything will be maintained by vendor. So I have to purchase ServiceNow ticketing tool for my organization for 100 members. So they can give one account to us. And whatever 100 users I want to create a ServiceNow ticketing tool access. For that one, I have to pay maybe $5 per each end user. That is called SaaS based. Same thing is applicable to Proofpoint, Ironport, Mimecast, CrowdStrike, Sentinel-1. Okay, so then what else? Sophos EDR. All are SaaS based applications only. We are purchasing a tool and we are purchasing a licensing, but everything backend, operating system, all those tools can be maintained by, so respect to CrowdStrike or Sophos or maybe Sentinel-1 or Silence or Microsoft Defender or ServiceNow or Proofpoint or Mimecast and so on. Whatever services we are using for that one or whatever tool we are purchasing for that one, we are paying money. Now everywhere SaaS, 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 SaaS. You can pay money to us. We can give service to you. That's all. Okay, it looks so simple, this diagram, but it has so much meaning is there. Okay, so that is about what is IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. Okay, so as I said, out of these three, cheapest is SaaS based. Okay, pay as you go. Pay as you go meaning here. So whatever services you are using, my SaaS based application, for that only you can pay. There is no need to pay for my entire infrastructure. Only for application cost you can pay, that's all. Okay, so that is about the differences between on-site or data center or physical location, IaaS, PaaS and SaaS. If you are going for cloud security interviews or cloud architect or maybe any AWS, any cloud related interviews, they will ask this one, not only for security team. What is IaaS, PaaS and SaaS? Which one you can give the more importance? So I will give IaaS is number one priority as per my knowledge. Why? Because I will trust my operating system and I can run my applications and I can maintain my data, everything. Okay. So that is about IaaS and PaaS and SaaS. So tomorrow morning, what we will do? So we will discuss about a couple of important cloud services. There are two different types of services. One is native services. One is BYOL. Native meaning here, whatever inbuilt cloud service providers they are providing, that is called native, default. Native is also called as a default. But on the other hand, so BYOL, bring your own license. Okay, so you can bring your product and you can deploy in my AWS or my Azure or my Google. That is called BYOL. Bring your own license. Okay, BYOD, BYOI. Nowadays, all these are coming in the different ways or different terminology. Okay, BYOD means bring your own device. Example, always every employee, they will take their own mobile. So mobile is completely your own personal mobile. Obviously, it's a BYOD device, right? To the organization. Example, you're working for Infosys company. Your personal mobile belongs to Infosys. Is it Infosys mobile?
No, sir.
No. So this is your own personal mobile. That time Infosys company, they will say BYOD device. Bring your own device. Couple of companies I will accept. Couple of companies they will give. In my previous organization also, they will give an iPhone to me. Okay. So, but couple of companies they will not give. So whoever is giving the mobile, that is not applicable to BYOD. But whoever is not giving mobile to the employees and you are taking your own device to the organization level, that is called BYOD. Bring your own device. Example, your personal mobile, your personal laptop, your personal, whatever it may be, devices. So there are two different types of services. So every cloud service provider will support. One is BYOL, bring your own license. Nothing but you can purchase Palo Alto firewall and you can deploy in my cloud service provider like Amazon. You can purchase IBM QRadar tool and you can deploy in Amazon or Microsoft. It is less expensive now. It is not a physical hardware device we are deploying. You're purchasing IBM QRadar software or Exabeam software or maybe Palo Alto software, and we are deploying in the respective cloud service providers. That is called BYOL. So why we will use BYOL? Why we will use inbuilt native services? I will explain tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, in case in the interview point of view, what you know about cloud, how to answer that one, I will explain tomorrow. So example, I know how to integrate Amazon logs to the SIM tool. So I given already how to integrate Amazon logs to the SIM tool. And couple of services I am aware of: identity and access management, guard duty, key vault, data at rest, data at transit. Okay, server side encryption, that is called SSE. Okay. Next one is storage, key management system. Okay. Logging and monitoring, role-based access control, scanning of instances or virtual machines. Yeah. So these are a couple of things are there that we can discuss tomorrow. Any questions you have, guys? Any questions you have? Sorry, guys, I took anything more than 2 hours. Apologies for that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Most probably, I think maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I will complete the entire course. So tomorrow, maybe if I will take 1 hour class, cloud will complete. And half an hour or maybe 1 hour, I want to take one of the shift handover. Additionally, some of the behavioral based. Once you are onboarding in a company, whatever I know based on my experience, I will explain.
Do's
How
and
to-
do nots.
Yes, exactly. That's right. Yeah. You know already all these things. Okay, so but anyway, I will explain whatever I know based on my experience. Okay, guys, that's all for today. We'll continue tomorrow. I will let you know tomorrow morning I will take the class or not, but tomorrow night I will not take the class because I will be traveling. In case if I don't take tomorrow evening, day after tomorrow morning I will take. Anyway, you can upload your resumes tomorrow. Everybody whoever did not apply or whoever did not upload. So meanwhile, we can complete all these remaining 2 or 3 classes. That's more than sufficient. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, thank you so very much. And
Sir,
yes.
Thank you, sir.
What you called VPN authentication failure in that notes.
Yeah. So I will update Gafur. Apologies from my side.
Hey, no problem, sir. You are busy, but just
Yeah.
it's a reminder.
I thought like after joining in a new company, I will be little bit, I will get leisure time, but
You are
too much
doing-
work is there. Yeah.
You are doing the best of you, sir. We are very thankful to you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. Thank you so much and good night. See you tomorrow. I will let you know tomorrow I will take the class or not. But meanwhile,
I
everybody can
sent-
upload your resume.
Sir,
Yeah,
I
Supreet.
sent my resume. Sir.
Yes,
Once
I have.
check, sir.
I have seen, and my other people are working on that one. By today evening, we can give it to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Sir, can you please upload the recordings yesterday?
Yes, yesterday's and today's I will upload. Yeah.
Yeah, fine, sir. Thank you so much for it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.